All right, so I decided to use a fall template for the sake of this video. I mean, I know in my past several videos, I've already used the Christmas template, and I know that usually for me, when it comes to, early November to or at least toward mid-November, it's already Christmas season to me. And the way I look at it is after daylight savings time ends, which is usually the first Sunday of November, the minute I turn back the clock, like 1 hour, early or 1 hour back, you know how it gets so dark, like past 5, and now getting to middle November or towards at least beginning of December or mid December, the sunset time is gonna be, you know, right before 5 o'clock. So it'll be like 4:45, and the thing gets a little lower than that, as low as 4:43 or just barely past 4:40. So we're gonna get darker days, just you know going forward, as we reach the middle of the month of November, at least till mid-December, at least till Christmas time, where it'll slowly, the sunset time will slowly go right back up to at least, you know, slowly before 5 p.m. But yeah, we're gonna see darker day, I think much shorter days ahead. You know, just barely past 4:40 p.m. will be the sunset time going forward for the rest of this month until mid-December. So yeah, like I said, I wanted to use the fall templates, so at least with people, especially my friends who are listening to to this video and who have watched my past videos, don't think I'm quote unquote skipping Thanksgiving or overlooking Thanksgiving. And look, I know I'm not the only person, but the guys at Coast 103, I know they usually start their Christmas music really early, and I know it's still early, right? They started just last Friday, which is yesterday, by the way. And I think, like, when it's them. I blame them because they're the ones that got me into the Christmas spirit, like, this early. You know what I'm saying? They got me into the Christmas spirit so early that like at the start of the first of November, or even just as early as, like, I don't know, November 5th or what have you, I'm already getting into the Christmas spirit. Because that's what it is. I mean, just when we fall back, when daylight savings time ends, it's essentially Christmas season. Oh, it's sunny already? Oh, wow. Dude, it was like pouring earlier, and now I just look through my own window, and I see sunlight outside. So, but it's still, but the grounds are still pretty wet. So I guess we might have a break later today, or maybe it'll rain later on. I thought it was supposed to rain all day till night, but yeah, man, it poured earlier over here. So yeah, it was like flooding, and I had to fix my work studio, right? But now I see the sunlight, especially right through the monitor, one of the security cameras here, as I'm sitting in the kitchen. And yeah, there's some sunlight right now, so I get a little break here and there. Tomorrow I heard it's supposed to be a break, so we'll see what happens. I mean, the weather's just pretty unpredictable, as far as, when it comes to the forecast. I'm like, well, these next few days supposedly it's gonna rain, when instead it's just, when it's sunny, then all of a sudden the forecast changes for the next few days, where it's gonna be sunny or partly cloudy instead of the rain. It's just that been unpredictable for this entire year. But yeah, but like I said, I want, for the sake of this video, I decided to use the fall template, or the fall intro and outro, just so people don't think that I'm literally ignoring Thanksgiving. And the fact that, look, I know by the calendar year it's still fall season, but because Coast 103 always love to start Christmas music so early, which I don't mind, because that's how I got into the Christmas spirit this early. And it's a good thing, because I like to spend more than 1 month of Christmas, just like I like to spend more than 1 month of Halloween season. Makes sense? Like late September, hell, remember Disneyland started their Halloween tradition, what, like on the last week of August? They already did this twice, 2 consecutive years, last year and this year. So for some people, the way that modern society is now when it comes to holidays, Halloween is what? Halloween season is mid September through November 1 or 2, and Christmas is at least toward middle November, all the way till after the first week of January. That's how it rolls. That's just how the modern society works when it comes to the holiday season or the birth season. And for me, I'm one of those people that got infected with this kind of tradition now. So I remember going to downtown Disney on November 5th, and what was it? This was after I went with Anastasia that day. I wonder how she's doing. There was this Dia de los Muertos at some small market in Anaheim, not far from Disneyland. And after that, we went to downtown Disney, where they already have their Christmas stuff up. It's one of the best Christmas decors I've seen. Or a bunch of shiny ornament balls in different colors. I still have the pics. It looks really amazing, and it's only November 5th. Hell, I remember I went to South Coast Plaza on November 8th in 2018. They practically have damn near more than half of the Christmas decors already up. I think one side of the mall is already well decorated, and the other side is still in process. Like the other building after you cross the bridge, but for the most part, it's just wow. That's how infectious it gets for me when it comes to celebrating the Christmas season. And yes, I know my past few videos already had like the Christmas template. That's because I want to get into the season that early, just like I do every year in the past few years. So y'all can say I'm ignoring Thanksgiving, which I'm not. I know it's one day. Well, technically 2 days if you want to count Black Friday as, if you want to say Thanksgiving season or Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving weekend is okay. Most people like myself who work in an office will usually have 4 days. Some who work at theme parks or stores will have to work on Thanksgiving. At least they get holiday pay, right? So, yeah. For the sake of this video, I am gonna use the fall template, so I don't get criticized for ignoring Thanksgiving. All right, so sorry if I went off in a complete tangent here. Just I think it's already been 4 or 5 minutes, who knows what, on this video. I'm not supposed to talk about Steph Curry playing like he's still 2016 Steph. And I'm dead serious when I say this. There's no question in my mind, and I even jokingly said this with Mari many times, that every time Steph plays, great, or if he has such phenomenal performances where he would make more than 5 threes, I would always tell her, we would always say that Steph's not going to retire until in like 10 more years. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to retire until 10 more years. And at 37 years of age, going on 38 next year in March 14th to be exact, he's still playing at a high level. We could see the last 2 games, including last night, where the Warriors played in San Antonio, both games in San Antonio, so it's like a back-to-back. Steph scored, believe it or not, 2 straight games. I'm talking about both of those games. Were the first game in San Antonio, he scored 46 points, although he was only 5 for 16 from 3. And last night, he had 49 points on 9 of 17 on threes. He was effective 16 of 26 on field goals, and includes that one crazy floater and one, right? He usually does those, throughout his career. And then in the other game, I think he also had an effective percentage, but just not from 3. He was like 5 out of 16. Yeah, he still had 46 points. And I'm trying to remember the last player who did that. I was going to say it's Kobe. I know Kobe and Mike have done this throughout their careers. I did not watch MJ grow up. I saw a history where he's had back-to-back 45-plus point games. definitely the best player in of this of the NBA in general. You know, for me, Kobe is my goat, but obviously the real goat is MJ because he's the one that inspired people to play basketball, and now he's on NBC. He's trying to get players, especially today's players, to not be so stubborn, so they can play, actual basketball and not load freaking manage. Unfortunately, these guys are still stubborn and they still decide to load manage. Some of them. Giannis is one of them. Zion's another one. And Kawhi, most definitely. Yeah, I don't want to go too much on load management because it's just such an annoying ass subject, if you ask me. But yeah, getting back to Steph, 46 points and 49 points. I remember when Kobe scored how many 50-point games straight? 4 straight games. And this was in the 2006-2007 season when he had to carry that subpar Lakers team that still had Smush Parker and Kwame Brown. And who do you have? Oh yeah, Lamar Odom, who was already improved as a role player at the time. And I watched all those 4 games. And Kobe was just playing at a whole different level now since Shaq left, and whew, his game he's just become a more lethal assassin of a scorer and a player himself. God rest his soul. I remember he scored 4 straight 50-point games. But damn, dude, and see Steph right now 46 and 49. Let's see if he can do it 3 or 4 straight games where it's 45 plus. That would be super impressive. What's even more impressive is if in the next couple of games where he's had 45 plus and at least 5 plus made threes, or at least 9 plus threes, that would have been even more impressive in a Warriors win, right? But for the most part, Steph's still playing like it's 2016 Steph. And I'm going to keep saying this. I even told Mari and my coworker Timmy that Steph's going to continue playing like he's 2016 Steph. And he keeps proving his doubters wrong. Even the guys like I listened to who said that Steph is already showing his age. Well, at 37 years of age, he's still playing like he's prime Steph, for Christ's sake. He's still playing at a high level, still shooting deep threes and making these crazy floaters and scoring like crazy. Bro, I know he's literally carrying the team, but carrying the Warriors. And, bro, I think to me he has not really shown signs of age just yet. Even at 37 years of age, he's still playing like he's 2016 Steph, man. So I'm going to keep saying that every time he has a spectacular performance, like last night and the night before. So, I mean, to me, he's still got it in him. Yeah, I mean, I've seen him do this off-season running, and that's why he's always had he maintained his conditioning. So, look at him. I'm telling you, man. I think he's not gonna retire until he's 45, or damn near close to 50. I mean, if he's still gonna play on this high level. The only way for Steph to regress and really show his age is if he has a significant injury, and like an Achilles tear or Achilles rupture or what have you. I mean, I will say this about Kobe: if he did not, if he did not tear his Achilles in that Golden State game, was in 2013, like right toward the end of the 2012-2013 regular season, he still would have been playing like prime Kobe, like the Mamba himself, at least till I'm gonna probably give it till at least 45 or a little more than that, with the way that he's been playing, especially like what was it like right at the tail end of his career. I'm like, dude, I think he's played spectacular before that Achilles injury. So, man, those guys, Steph and Kobe, they still had it in them. And like I said, it'll have to take Steph having a significant injury that will pretty much show, make him, want to retire sooner and really show his age, but only because of that injury. So until then, he's still gonna play like 2016 Steph. I don't care what anybody thinks here. People can say I'm being crazy or what have you. He's not showing his age. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he's gonna have some games where he makes no threes or makes like probably 1 out of 10 or what have you. But for the most part, when he has spectacular performances like this, that he still goes to show the basketball world he still got it in him. That he's still playing like Chef Curry for the most part. So, y'all can hate, but he's still gonna be playing until he's like that. So anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. So peace out, guys.